Alright, I'm back out at Castle Rock. It's early in the morning, and I'm gonna head to that canyon where I saw the owl last night. There's two entrances to that canyon. I tried that one the first day and it was too steep. I saw that second entrance, it looked like it might be a little bit more gradual, so I'll check that out. There might be more than one because last night it sounded like there's at least two. Okay, I think this is the second entrance right here. Hopefully it's gradual, it won't have a drop off. Not too bad of a drop off. Climb down this. That's a little bit of a drop off. Gets real thick right there. I'm gonna drop my gear off to climb down this. I think I'll have to leave my backpack behind. I'm just gonna take this camera, my tripod, and my other camera. I think I'm at the bottom. I don't think I have any more dips to go down. So around this corner should be where the main part of the canyon is. Hopefully the owls will be chilling over there. The brush gets real thick. Right there's a hole I could crawl through, get through. I brought my headlight. Get through this. Looks like there's one more area to crawl through. I probably made too much noise getting over here if the owl was by the water. I think I'll head back and head up the canyon. It's really no good place to stand over here. I just saw the owl. It came from there, flew out that way. I probably scared it off making too much noise. Maybe I'll push on a little farther and I can find where its nest is. Then I can figure out where to stand up above to get photos of it. Looks like I could continue down that way. I have to grab the rest of my gear. That hurt. I'll live. Whew. I think that's where I stopped last time. It was like, that's as far as I'm going. Alright. So I've seen this whole canyon now. Well, I would say the owl is probably right in this area. Now that I think about it, When I stopped up there last time, that's when in the corner of my eye I saw an owl wing flapping away. So that owl is at the center of this canyon, and it stays in one of these holes. Right here where I stopped, I found this. I don't know if you can see that. It's these bones right here. Let me switch to manual focus. But yeah, there's like these bones right here that just dropped. So I know that owl is definitely right in this area usually, but I think I just scared it off coming up this way. Then from what I read online, there's areas where owls sit and they like cough back up the bones. They like vomit them back out. In fact, I see more bones right here. It's another little bone. Alright, back through the scary hole I go. Get up here last time. Rock climbing. Hey, my backpack's still up there. Just gotta climb back out of here. I was able to last time. Did I do this last time? The first time I went down that, I was debating whether or not to go down it. It's like, it's a bit of a climb, but yeah, made it back up. I'm gonna rest for a bit. Alright, story time. Like, crawling through all that was bad, but I've crawled through worse before. I was out at Bill Williams one time. We tried hiking as far as we could, and we got close to an area called Planet Ranch. And a part of that area with the river, the water isn't really moving, so like if you step in it, you just start sinking down into it. So we made our way through all this thick brush and made it past the quicksand like mud there, and beyond that was just more and more trees, but there's a lot of dead trees. So we're like crawling through all these dead trees and branches. There's some down trees where like you'd put your foot down on it, but your foot would just keep going. Your foot would just like break through this decaying tree and end up falling deep inside there. And as we're crawling, there's like all these spider webs getting in our face. And as I was crawling, I was like passing over like mushrooms. And yeah, it was just this area full of dead trees, spider webs, and mushrooms. And we crawled for, I don't know, it felt like hours. It's probably a good 40 minutes of crawling through that. But we got to this cool area where there was like, it was like an old ranch and old buildings. And we found some graves out there. I think some were dated like the late 1800s. So it was cool to see. And then the only path we could find back was back through all that dead brush and all that. So we crawled through there. We got to the water. We finally found a path through the water. I had like my cell phone in my pocket, and the water wasn't super deep, but like the mud, of course, we're like sinking down in it. I could feel the water getting higher and higher up to my pockets. I was worried that my phone would get wet and then be no good. And then we hiked all the way back. It was a total of like an 8-hour hike. The way back, it was fairly hot out. So that was my worst experience of crawling through a bunch of brush. I'm gonna get out of this canyon. At least the rest of the way back is pretty easy going. I think I'll walk along the canyon on this side. I'll walk out towards the water. So I saw the owl went out that way. Maybe it's sitting out there. Maybe I'll scare it back inside the canyon. Walking through this canyon wasn't quite worth it, other than I found a spot where all those bones were at, so it's like I know the owl is mostly in that spot. Because this is a fairly large canyon, I figured it could be almost anywhere in here. There's a bunch of holes in the canyon walls. There's probably all sorts of different types of birds actually roosting in here. Alright. Awesome. Just got pictures of an osprey. I could spot it from far away. I'll show you the pictures of it from far away. And I just kept watching it, and it kept getting closer and closer and closer. Pretty soon it was flying just above me. Hopefully those photos came out good. I was kind of like holding my breath as I was following it getting closer to me. Should have took a few more breaths. So once it got up kind of close, it started getting kind of shaky. Doesn't help with this wind too. So hopefully those images are sharp. Alright, I'm gonna sit here and wait a bit. So I'm pretty sure the owl's usually in one of these holes straight ahead of me. So sitting here for a bit, I noticed my battery was dying. So I go switch out battery, and I didn't realize I still had a can of nuts in my backpack. Because it's funny, I was also sitting here thinking I'm kind of hungry. I wish I brought food with me. Turns out that I did. It is so windy out there. Couldn't shoot any more video to really talk because I don't think you'd be able to hear anything. I sat up there for a while shooting photos. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed it, my hair's a mess. So windy out today. Got like all sorts of stuff in it.